Hey guys, how you doing? This is the latest from Panaca. Haven't posted for a while. It's been pretty cold, but today's a nice February day. Still a little cold. It's only gonna get to be about 50, but no wind, which makes a huge difference. That radiant sun heats things up. Anyway, so I finally got some ramps made here for getting the airplanes in and out instead of waiting for somebody to pour a cement skirt, because they don't want to do that in the winter anyway. So at least I got that done so I can at least get the two aircraft in and out. And so my latest project now is this little workbench, which I just finished. And it's about 20 inches high. And it's not a piece of furniture, okay? So, oops. So those 2x4s at the bottom is a little overkill. It's not needed, they don't support anything, but it's not a piece of furniture, like I say, and it's what I had available. But it does kind of look ugly. I might replace them with 1x4s just for aesthetics. But it's very simple. So you might say, well, why only 19 inches high? Well, because it primarily serves two functions. And one is, oh, by the way, it's on wheels, locking casters if I need to lock them. So if you notice, it fits right up to the bottom of that wing root on the 1X. So those wings over there, those have to be put on the airplane, and they're very large and awkward. So once I get them on this small workbench, I can butt them up against the wing root and hopefully be able to single-handedly get them in there. So that's the primary function of this workbench that's only 19 inches high, okay? But it does serve another purpose and for the airplane as well. So swing it around this way. And one thing about this 1X is in order to check the oil, you do have to take off the upper cowling, which is kind of a pain in the neck because it's like 6 screws on each side, so 12. That's what those are doing there. And yeah, just to check the oil. So let me see if I can do this with holding the camera in my hand. Okay, so there's the cowling on the workbench and the engine exposed. So now I can check the oil. And that's like every flight. So it's kind of inconvenient for this design. I wish they would have put an access, well, I could have even put an access door on top, but it would have been too much work. But anyway, so then this shelf now becomes the holder for the upper cowling and the screws. And if I'm doing like an oil change or anything, then I can put oil on there. So I'm pretty stoked about it. It's just a very, very simple workbench, but at least it's some progress. And that's what I've been wanting around here. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Oh, really bad problem with mice. You can't keep up with these guys. I mean, I put poison out, and they, which I hate to poison them, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But they eat that, and then they come back for more. And so I've been setting up traps, sticky traps, regular mice traps all over. And yeah, they do go into them every once in a while. I'll get a mouse every 2 or 3 days, but they wreak havoc, man. They crawled up into the 1X and chewed, I don't think I showed you this. They chewed my brand new headphones. Look at that. They chewed up the earpieces. And they're brand new, I haven't even used them. So, you know, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy when it comes to these mice and you just gotta get rid of them. So my plan for that is what they call a barn cat. So just the presence of a cat in here keeps them away. And so I called up the local, you know, animal shelter, and I said, hey, do you have any cats for adoption? And, you know, I'd like to get one. I didn't want to tell her it was to keep it outdoors in a hangar. And she says, yeah, we have plenty of cats. What do you want, an indoor cat or do you want a barn cat? I said, a barn cat? She goes, yeah, we call him a mouser. I'm like, oh, so you know exactly what I'm doing with this thing. She goes, yeah, you're gonna keep it in a barn to keep the mice away. Yeah, we've got a couple of those, but you know, and we have house cats. So anyway, glad to know that that's a thing. So that's my next project. I bought some lumber back there for a ramp, which I'm gonna put here. So I wanna put a ramp going up about 4 feet, a little landing, and then going on the way up here. And then I'm gonna build a little platform up here with a cat bed in it and a heated bed for the wintertime, of course. And then I'll put a cat door on the side so he or she can get in and out. And that should alleviate the mouse problem. And then I think it would really enjoy it here because it can walk all along the top here, like cats like to do. They like to be elevated. And I'll make it so they can get around, you know, the posts, and the cat can walk all the way around this place. And this will be its little domain. And of course I'll come out and, you know, socialize with the cat. And if they want socialization, if they don't, I don't need it. I mean, that's what I like about cats. They're independent and so am I. So anyway, that's the latest and the greatest. Having problems with the gyro here. I need to bleed the brakes already because I have no brakes. I found this problem the other day with the carburetor hoses. It looks like they developed a crack, as you can see there. And I don't know why that is. I'm guessing heated fuel is getting up there to the top and it's cracking them. So I was wondering why the engine was running so rough the other day. So that needs to be addressed. And it's just so hard to find information on these things. It's hard to find information on these older gyros that really people don't have anymore. And the engines, the Rotax engines. It's out there, but you just really gotta look around. So anyway, yeah, I had a bad experience with this. I had it out there running. I was doing taxi tests, and yeah, I was getting the rotor pre-rotated and up to speed. What I thought it was up to speed, but it wasn't up to speed. And then taking off down the runway for like a taxi test, and the cyclic started pulling really, really hard to the left. And I found out later on the forum that that's the very beginning of blade flap and blade stall, which is catastrophic. You're taxiing too fast for the rotor speed, and so the ascending blade coming this way is creating lift while the descending blade, the blade going backwards is stalling. And so the forward blade is pushing the machine over, and it can do some terrible damage. Anyway, so that's the latest. I think I was gonna sign off earlier, but anyway, you guys have a good day.